Mr. Chair, thank you both for being here. We have all worn the uniform. We've all served in combat. We all love our country. We all revere our troops. And I really want to speak with you both, not as partisans, but as patriots. And I want to talk specifically about the events at Fort Bragg the other day. General Kane, I want to start with you. As a junior officer, were you ever required to make a pledge of political loyalty? Yes or no?
Sir, as you know.
Hey folks, welcome back to True Voice. I'm Andrew, and if you believe in truth, accountability, and standing up for the values that make this country great, you're in the right place. Today's video is about a moment that honestly shook me. Congressman Pat Ryan, a veteran himself, confronted top military officials about something deeply disturbing: political loyalty tests at Fort Bragg, and even a MAGA merchandise shop popping up on post. Let's watch.
We're an apolitical military, so, no.
Thank you. At any time in your 30-plus years of incredibly distinguished service, did you have to make a pledge of partisan or political loyalty?
No, sir.
Thank you. Did you ever serve in any unit or command at any level where service members were required to make a pledge of political loyalty?
No, sir.
Thank you. And I want to commend you. You've been on the record on this, including in your confirmation hearings, where you clarified, quote, "I've never worn any political merchandise or said anything to that effect." I appreciate that. That is the standard, and I commend you for saying so and continuing to model that. General Kane, one last question for you. Should soldiers have to pledge political loyalty to participate in an event with our commander-in-chief? Yes or no, please.
Sir, I'm not. First, no. I'm not aware of any time in history that soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines have been asked to do that. I think. I'm sorry, General. I do want to, just in the interest of time, I want to talk about what happened at Fort Bragg 2 days ago. There was guidance put out, and this has been verified by multiple independent news outlets, saying, quote, these are to the soldiers of the 18th Airborne Corps and the U.S. Army: if soldiers have political views that are in opposition to the current administration, then they need to speak with their leadership and get swapped out. This is swapped out of the event with the president. In addition, in an incredibly disturbing incident, there was a pop-up shop selling MAGA merchandise on post at Fort Bragg. And to summarize this, there was a commander from Bragg who said on the record, quote, "This has been a bad week for the Army, for anyone who cares about us being a neutral institution. This was shameful." If those are the facts, and I know the Army is investigating at least the MAGA pop-up shop, is that appropriate, General Kane? Sir, I haven't seen any of these reports. I'm not familiar with them, but as I mentioned earlier and in my confirmation hearing, the nation demands a political, nonpartisan military.
I appreciate you saying that and happy to share those reports. Secretary Hegseth, are you familiar with DoD Directive 1344.10? Political activities of the members of the armed forces?
Well, first off, I don't buy into
yes
your
or no?
insinuation
Are you familiar
that pledges are being done under this administration. That's
I reclaim my
insinuation.
time. Are you familiar with this DoD directive?
There's never one time in my service or in this
Mr.
Defense
Secretary,
Department.
will you please answer
I'm answering your
these
question
questions?
where politics has been considered for service members.
Are you familiar with this directive? Yes or no?
Which directive?
DoD Directive 1344.10. I'm happy to provide you a copy. There's even a one-page red and green cheat sheet. Are you familiar with it? This is the same directive from when we were all in uniform.
I'm sure I am.
Has anything changed in that directive under your guidance, given what happened 2 days ago at Fort Bragg? Is there a new policy change that we're not aware of?
Again, I totally reject your insinuation.
Is there a policy change to DoD Directive 1344.10?
I know what you're attempting to insinuate, but there's
I'll
no
take that as a
policy
no.
change and there is no policy.
Mr. Secretary, have you ever worn a MAGA hat in front of the troops?
I own plenty of MAGA hats, but I don't.
Have you ever worn one in front of the troops at an official event? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Do you think it's appropriate for the President of the United States to wear political merchandise, including a MAGA hat, at official events, including West Point commencement?
The Commander-in-Chief
Yes or no?
can wear whatever hat he wants, to include the phrase, "Make America Great Again," because I would like to make America great again as well.
So you think that's appropriate?
The Commander-in-Chief has the right in front of his troops to wear whatever he'd like.
Okay, I strongly disagree with you. And I urge you both, especially you, General Kane, as we see an increasingly political rhetoric, including from the Secretary, to please, for the good of our troops, this is an incredibly difficult moment, and we need leaders like you to continue to echo the apolitical nature. I have 12 seconds. Mr. Secretary, I don't say this lightly. I have to say this on the record. I think your tenure as Secretary of Defense has been shameful and weak, and you should resign. I yield back.
Gentlemen.
That is straight up authoritarian territory. Our service members don't take an oath to a man or a party. They take an oath to the Constitution. For anyone in leadership to imply that troops should be swapped out based on their political views is not just wrong, it's dangerous. General Kane responded the right way. He said soldiers should never be required to pledge political loyalty. That's the kind of leadership we need. But the Secretary of Defense? He dodged the question, danced around the issue, and basically said the commander-in-chief can wear whatever he wants, including a MAGA hat, in front of the troops. Let me be clear. This isn't about hating Trump or loving Biden. It's about protecting the integrity of our military from becoming a tool for partisan politics. That's not patriotic. That's dangerous. There are real rules against this. DoD Directive 1344.10 makes it clear. Political activities by active duty troops are restricted. So why is this being ignored? Why is the Secretary of Defense normalizing this? Ryan said it best. This was shameful. And honestly, I agree. As a Democrat, as a patriot, as someone who respects our troops, I expect more from our leadership. The military should be a place of unity, not division. To the Secretary of Defense, your job is to protect the apolitical nature of our armed forces, not turn your back on it. And if you can't uphold that responsibility, maybe you really should resign. If you believe our troops deserve leadership that respects them, not uses them for political theater, let me know in the comments. Let's keep speaking truth to power. Don't forget to subscribe to True Voice. This is where we keep it real, keep it grounded, and keep it patriotic. Until next time, I'm Andrew. Stay strong, stay smart, and stay loud.